Guys, and welcome to today's episode of the Tailour TV. My name is Bridget, and today I'll be talking about entrepreneurship. I know we talked about this the last time, and a lot of people reached out to me, and by a lot of people I mean a few people reached out to me and asked questions on what the kinds of entrepreneurs we had. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think that's a good topic for this week, and hence this video. We're going to be talking about different types of entrepreneurs. So are you ready for this? Because I really am. Okay guys, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you haven't liked, if you haven't shared my video ever, please, now is a good time to do that before you continue this video. And don't forget to click on the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time my awesomeness is online. Okay, so let's jump right into this now. But the first kind of entrepreneurs I'll be talking about are the world changers. This kind of entrepreneurs are more global oriented. They want to change the world, they want to impact the world. Success to them is affecting lives. It's about making people better. So if their products or services do not directly affect lives or make any form or any kinds of changes, then they're not exactly interested in that service. The second kind of entrepreneurs are the jack of all trades. These ones, okay, so a lot of people loosely use this term. Oh, you're a jack of all trade, you're a jack of all trade. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person is confused. Sometimes it would appear as though the person is. But being a jack of all trade means you have capacity to diversify. Majorly diversifying is your strength. It's something you do with ease. You are a risk taker. You can do and just upbeat. You're always doing something. You're always on your toe. You always want to get something done. You're always open to new ideas. You're always open to new trends. Your weakness might just be that you are a bit of a follower. So you follow. It's not bad to be a follower, by the way, but you follow a lot of you're not a man or a woman of yourself, so you're always up and about trying to figure out a lot of things all at the same time. And the only way to succeed as a jack of all trader as a jack of all trader is to have an investor or a partner who is more goal oriented, or somebody who is more firm at making business decisions. Okay, the third kind of entrepreneurs are the serial entrepreneurs, and people mistake the serial entrepreneurs for jack of all traders because you would sometimes think that one and the same people, but they are. Serial entrepreneurs are people who are always looking for the next big thing, always looking to jump to the next business that is thriving. Oh, their hair business is making a whole lot of money. I want to be on that. Or the fashion business is doing really well, so I want to be on top of that. Like, you're always moving from one point to the other. Like, you're not quite sure what you're doing for yourself, so to speak, and your idea of success is being better than your competition. You're not big on your own products and services. You just want to be better than your competition, and doing that keeps you on your toe to gather a large number of followership or customer base and still deliver bad results, or maybe not so great results. Other thing that you're always looking out for is how much money you're making. So it's not exactly, I would never say kind of, or a particular kind of entrepreneurial skill is better than the other, because I think every form of entrepreneurship has its own upside. So maybe the person has to partner with someone who has a better idea of that business or that product or service. What kind of entrepreneurs are the opportunists? These people are perceived as impulsive. Their intuitions are very, very strong. They know when to invest. They know when to get into a kind of business. They're always on top of their game, because they do their research. They know what's going on, and they jump right on top of everything when it's about that time. It always feels like they know what's going on every time, but they're the opportunist kind of entrepreneurs. They always bank on their gut feeling, and most often time it always comes through for them. The only thing that I think would be the downside of being an opportunist is they don't tend to plan ahead of time, so they tend to make some mistakes, even if they kind of move from it super quickly, but they make mistakes. And That might be something that some people need to work on. Entrepreneurs are the innovators. These guys are more centered around creating products and services. They're not likely to be CEOs. They're more likely to be co-founders. They're not likely to be CEOs. They're not likely to be like the owner of the business or the name in front or whatever. They're more interested in, okay, how do I make this product come to life? How do I make this service come to life? I would just get people on board to do these things for me. They're great. Their strength is delegating. They can delegate for the world. They will delegate because they're very creative, so they do not want to mess up their mind on the creative process, so they would rather have people do a lot of other things for them while they create. And lastly, the entrepreneurs. Okay, so when I came across this term, entrepreneurs, I laughed so hard, because I know a lot of people who are this kind. Like, a lot of people are entrepreneurs because they are swimming in ideas. I feel like there should be a kind of business where people can sell. Okay, I think there is, where people can sell ideas, because these guys or these girls or these humans, they are swimming in ideas. They have loads of ideas, but they actually are, and they're aspiring to be any of all the other entrepreneurs, but they're not just very motivated. They like that stage of having ideas. They stay very long on that stage where they're disbursing ideas to people here and there, but they don't actually take their own ideas. They don't actually use it. And the only time they might use it is if they're motivated by maybe some loose cash falling on their lap. They might get motivated to start the business. They might not still be motivated to grow the business, because they just like the idea of being an entrepreneur, not exactly because it's something that, oh, I really wanted to do, oh, I've always wanted to do this, or I've always wanted to do that. These are the entrepreneurs. So be careful. These guys are amazing, but you also need to know, as a thriving business or as a thriving business owner, that these guys are going to sometimes mess with your head, because they always have ideas that they haven't actually tried out. They haven't really tried it out, but they feel like you should be able to do it. It's great to take business ideas, but sometimes you should have a very good business model so that you're not always confused and going from one business idea to the other, and not seeming like a serial entrepreneur or not seeming like a jack of all trades. So decide what kind of entrepreneur you are today, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're at it, and don't forget to click on the notification bell, because you're notified every time I'm online. Okay guys, thank you so much for subscribing, thank you so much for liking, thank you so much for sharing, and if you haven't done any of this, thank you. Love you guys. Mwah. Lots of love.